Hey everybody, Jake here. Welcome back to Movie Smoothie, and today we're talking a little bit about the Bob's Burgers movie. I'm super excited to get into this. Now, before I do that though, of course, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more movie content coming in the future. So, talking a little bit about the Bob's Burgers movie. I've always been a big fan of Bob's Burgers. I love how like crazy and awkward and silly the humor has been. It's something I've watched on and off here and there going through the years. I've always loved it. It's always been a nice pairing with like when I used to watch like Family Guy and The Simpsons and all that. I'm not really the biggest Family Guy person anymore. I think they've really lost their touch, unfortunately, but like Bob's Burgers I feel like has consistently always been pretty damn funny and always never really lost touch with what it was. But something else I find really interesting about the Bob's Burgers movie is I paired this up with Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was a really interesting pairing because both of those movies featured Jenny Slate, it was crazy. It was Jenny Slate night last night for me and my brother who did this double feature. It was awesome. It was great. It was really fun. I love her. She's amazing in both movies. She might actually been even more amazing in Everything Everywhere All at Once, but that is a conversation for the future and possibly another review coming soon. I really enjoyed the Bob's Burgers movie. You know, it's very sweet, it's very wholesome, it's a little raunchy, you know, it's a little tiny bit raunchy. It's got that little dash in there every now and then, which I think is fun. I think it's a really nice blend of everything. The awkward humor, which is cool. You'll have these really like emotional, powerful scenes that will get cut with like something really just awkward and silly. It's a nice mix. It's really nice, opposed to like the Simpsons movie that, yeah, it kind of does the same thing. You know, it has some like very emotional moments, but I like how this movie keeps its flavor. It never loses the essence of what Bob's Burgers is, which is that like certain kind of like awkward pretense to certain situations, handling certain emotional things. I think that's great. I thought it was really fun. This movie did not lose anything about what Bob's Burgers has been. Always has been very consistent with its series and now with its movie. I really enjoyed how they implemented a murder mystery into this, which I gotta admit, for an animated movie, pretty damn good, pretty well done here. Honestly, they really had me going with the Felix red herring for a second. I was like, oh man, they're gonna kill Felix. And like they're gonna kill him in the end and replace him with this new guy, but that's not exactly what happened. They kind of tricked me there. They really did a good job with that red herring, I gotta say. I think the writing was really on point. It was very funny. A lot of the jokes landed. Another thing that I thought was fun was it borrows a lot from other animated movies. And I think some people will look at that and be like, oh, you know, like, man, that's so lazy. Why would you borrow from other movies that are so popular? But I don't see it like that at all. I think it's actually kind of like complimenting those other films, saying like, hey, we were super inspired by this. Thank you so much for the inspiration. Like, you guys, like, this is something we love and we wanted to implement it into our own thing. So, a few of those references where it kind of takes the whole sinkhole idea from the Simpsons movie with the what happens to the front of the restaurant, which is hilarious. The patty car from the SpongeBob movie is something that when they're driving around in that little like spaceship looking thing, it kind of looks like the Krabby Patty mobile from the SpongeBob movie. The face reveal from South Park, the infamous Kenny reveal, we see him, but right before he goes to hell, we see Kenny take off his hood for the first time ever. But they did not do that for Louise. They kind of teased it the whole movie, and then they didn't show it. We'll talk about that a little later, about my opinion on that. Probably my only negative of the entire film. And also, the villain kind of reminds me of Vector from Despicable Me. I don't know if that was done on purpose or not, but he has this little like musical number and dance beat thing, like this little dance break, I mean, where it's like he does a song and all that. It kind of reminded me of Vector from Despicable Me. That could be just coincidence, honestly, but the rest of these things I feel like were definitely references. I want to talk a little bit about the characters themselves and the voice cast. I think they're all amazing across the board, but a few that stand out to me is Teddy, of course. I absolutely, I don't know what it is, but I just love Teddy. Larry Murphy does a great job, has such an iconic voice, and this character is always been my favorite Bob's Burgers character for whatever reason. I think it's because I relate to him the most. I've always felt like we're gonna get kind of personal here, but I've always felt like I wanted to be the Teddy in other people's show, if that makes any sense. I've always wanted to be that character who's building up and will do anything to help other people achieve their dreams and passions and all that. That's kind of what I've always wanted to do with my life. And I know that kind of seems weird from the guy who now has 2 channels where he's the center of attention 99% of the time, but that's where I want to go in life. That's my little personal spin on all this. It's something you probably weren't expecting from clicking on a video without a face, just a voice, and you're looking into this tube tube that slowly drifts into a hypnotic middle thing. I don't know. I don't even know what we're doing with this channel yet. We're still figuring it out, and that's fun. That's what's fun about this. But I love Teddy. I love when he just breaks down and basically starts crying when the burger mobile thing just like breaks and this fucking, I said, can't say that. A raccoon comes up and starts licking up the oil and all that. That's so funny to me. I don't know. There's just something about his character. He can say whatever and it just cracks me up. I feel the same way about Kristen Schaal as Louise. I've been a huge fan of her since like she was on Flight of the Conchords, which some of you probably don't even know what that is. Oh, Flight of the Conchords is so good. I love their music. They're so funny, and their little show that they did from like, I want to say like 2007 to 2009 maybe. It's phenomenal. It's very, very funny stuff. I'm always been a big fan of it. I love Kristen Schaal. She's amazing. But why did Louise not take off her bunny ears? Is it weird that a grown man is getting upset about that? Probably, but what? Like, you could have showed that to us. They were teasing it the whole movie. And they didn't show it. I'm turning into Jerry Seinfeld here. Oh, what's going on? Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. For that was kind of strange to me. I felt like they set that up the whole movie to do it, but they didn't. I guess it's not that big of a deal opposed to like Kenny let's compare it to Kenny taking off his hood in South Park. We've always heard Kenny just kind of go, you know, like that. I don't do the best Kenny impression, but he's always been talking through the hood. So I mean, like, that's kind of why I think they did the face reveal, because it's a really powerful moment in that movie. A very silly, much dirtier movie than this one. So I guess it wasn't as important opposed to Louise, who it's not. Yes, it's a huge part of her character as we had established in this movie, but she did still take them off. It just the audience didn't get to see it. That's okay. Not the biggest deal. I feel gross being a grown man talking about this, so we're gonna move past that subject. But I really did enjoy the Bob's Burgers movie. I think it's a lot of fun. Take your whole family to it. And if you're like, maybe I shouldn't take my kids to that, might be a little raunchy, take your kids. They'll remember it their whole life. They'll remember their parents being so cool, taking them to an awesome animated movie that was maybe a little too adult for them, but they don't care. It's fun. It's a good time. So I highly recommend seeing the Bob's Burgers movie. I know I'm a little late to the party reviewing it, but I thank you for watching, though. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching this very crazy Bob's Burgers review that's a little all over the place, but that's how we like it over here at Movie Smoothies. So make sure to subscribe for more movie reviews and more movie updates coming sometime in the future. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, I would say don't kill it out there, but go kill it out there or something, but that's what I say on my other page. So I got to figure that out here. So you know what? Have a wonderful day. And say I love you to your family. There you go. That's a really, this page is gonna be a little more positive because it's not the horror vibes in my other page. So say you love your family, whoever that is, relatives, friends. Say you love them. There you go. Positive message for a wholesome video. Good stuff. Peace out, everybody.